Okay, this is going to take some time. But I'm going to hurry it up a little bit. I'm waiting for the guy to come talk to me. He wants to make sure my wife is okay. I didn't kill her. All these damn rumors and lies about me. Killing all those people in Vietnam has haunted me since 1980. I'm still standing out there. Camera 4 is my wife's sleeping in bed. This is on real play. Exactly how I recorded it. Here comes the SWAT team. You can see it on camera 3. They wanted to stay back in case the snipers had to take me out because they had snipers hiding up across the street a couple places. And if I was a killer, I could have taken out the snipers because I knew exactly where they were. Now a bunch of them getting out of the vehicle pointing their AR-15s or M16s or whatever in the hell you call them, machine guns at me. Now they're advancing cautiously. Men on both sides of the vehicle pointing guns at me. Then they had to light up the situation. Meanwhile, I'm pulling up my shirt, my t-shirt, turning around in a circle showing them I had no weapon. I pulled up my pants legs, showed them I had no weapon. I was very, very defiant, but I was never threatening to them in any way, shape, or form. I was determined they were not going to take my wife. How in the hell can this fucking state take your wife against her own will? The police are hanging back because they're scared to death. Man, I'm a Sylvester Stallone, a John Wayne, everything according to what my sister told the police I was in Vietnam. I jumped up and ran at them full of drugs, killing hundreds of women and children. So they were really terrified of this old man that can barely walk. Barely breathe, have heart problems, blood pressure problems, etc. Here comes another SWAT vehicle. Checking the perimeter to make sure I had no friends out here to help me take them on. It was a bad night for the SWAT team. They didn't get to shoot anybody. But I'm white. They don't really like to shoot white people. They only like to shoot black people. You know, the news was told no comment, no comment, no comment. When they kept asking what was going on down here, what house, who it was. Their helicopters were barred for 20 miles of us, so they couldn't zoom in to find out which house it was. They completely buried this, just like they buried my criminal file, just like they're burying my custody file on my wife. They're hiding everything they're doing to a veteran because it's so unlawful. People would rise up against this government if they knew half the shit this government does to people like me. But nobody believes me. Nobody believes the millions of other people that's been screwed by our government. When the government wants to show force, and you tell a court to kiss your ass over your dead body, they're going to take your wife away. They want to show who's boss. They send the SWAT team. Now they're finally coming into the house. My wife is sleeping. I'm unconscious because of my head being fractured against the front wall. They're checking for booby traps because I gotta be crazy. I love when the guy opens the door and the dog is there. I wish I had audio. They're checking everywhere to make sure. The one guy's pointing his gun right at my wife there. And even nudged her with it to wake her up. The other guy never pointed his gun. It takes two of them to go into my bedroom, my wife's bedroom. Here comes some more police. No, that looks like somebody just going home. Now watch this. Watch this. Down the bottom corner. He's opening the door. He didn't want anything to do with my dogs, my 4 shepherds. They're going through the house to find nothing. No booby traps, no bombs. I'd given all my weapons to my daughter and my son a long time ago, but one shotgun sat here for 10 years that my daughter refused to pick up Christina. She finally picked it up back in July of 2015, way before this. Had a couple of broken down 22s in my closet that I was going to take to get repaired and fix them for my kids. But they were not working 22s. They were 50, 60 years old and totally worn out. They're trying to figure out how to get my 4Runner away from the entrance of my sidewalk there. I had my vehicles chained up so they couldn't move them. One's guarding my wife to make sure she's not gonna jump up and shoot them too. They already totally searched under her blankets, under her clothes, everything to make sure and under her pillow to make sure she had no weapon or bomb attached to her. They did everything by the book because I'm a crazy Vietnam veteran that killed hundreds of women and children in Vietnam, according to my sister in 1980. And a heavy drug user and a heavy alcoholic. 36 years they checked me for drugs, alcohol. Now they're saying, hey, we're on camera. Look at this. We're on camera. And he has a backup system with deep cycle marine batteries there to run the systems and the cameras in case they turned off the power to the house. This was on the cloud with hundreds of viewers watching it in the very beginning, but as soon as that truck pulled up, before they took me down, they cut off my internet access and my TV. Thanks to Verizon Fios, they were able to call them and have it immediately cut off. So the American public could not see what was going on, just like they told the news media, no comment, no comment, no comment on who they were taking down, what house they were taking down, or anything else. They know they convicted an innocent man in '86. And I proved it to them, but they don't want to overturn my conviction because I'm a child molester, child abuser, wife abuser, murderer in Vietnam, drug addict, alcoholic. No matter how many years they keep investigating and can't find anything, it has to be true. My sister said it back in 1980. And now they're using it to take my wife away. For the second time, June 23rd this year. Now here comes the ambulance. And my kids were talking them through everything up at the state police barracks, right up at the corner, giving them outlines of my house and everything else, because they've been determined to get their inheritance back. We cut them off and told them to go to hell because they wouldn't help for almost 4 years. And they were cussing us and calling us bad, that we owed them the inheritance when we died. And they helped the court, they helped the police. My son's name is Curtis Bly. My daughter's name that helped was Christina Fowler, married name. And the one that cussed us out the most is Linda Wilkinson in Ohio. That's her married name too. In a little while, after 15 minutes, I finally become conscious again. But I was in and out of consciousness for the next 24, 48 hours. My wife is terrified of what's going on. Her mind is half gone with Alzheimer's. And this doesn't help her in dementia. They put me out there in a chair by my 2010 4Runner, and one of the hospital crew is checking me out as I'm trying to stay conscious. But I'm having a hard time with the lump on the back side of my head. I was phasing in and out mentally because of that. I was covered in cuts and bruises. In a minute they'll bring me in, telling me, where's the medicine? Where's your doctor's papers? So I point out everything to them. And then I also checked that my wife has got a very wet diaper because it scared her so much she peed a gallon all over the bed in her diaper. And I said, can I please change it before you take her? And they said, no, that'd be done at the hospital. You didn't hurt her, did you? You didn't hurt her, did you? They kept saying that to me. And I kept saying, no, I wouldn't hurt my wife. June 24th of this year, they took my wife away again. She was in the hospital. And they took her from the hospital and gave her to my damn kids and left her in freezing cold temperatures back in October with the bedroom window wide open. She, being my kids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on my Facebook page, Ray Bly. And you can